thought I was going to get away without saying anything, because if Timothy didn't say nothing, then I wasn't going to say a thing, you know. So I guess the precedence has been set. I don't have a speech, but one thing the Boys Club did tell me to do is to be prepared. So I got a cheat sheet. So I could just hit a couple of things that I wanted to mention, because everything was said. Krista kind of got me when she said, well, send me a bio. And I'm like, oh, I don't like talking about myself, so I sent her a bio. Then she said, well, send me memories of the club. I'm like, oh, okay. So I sent her memories of the club. So I look in here and I see that it's kind of combined, so that was everything that I would have said, you know, so there's nothing left. And then she got part 3 with the picture. You know, I'm thinking the picture's gonna be like maybe in the program, and I come in here and it's blown up like this. I'm like, wow, you know. If my wife would have saw me then, she never would have married me, you know. But I'm humbled. I'm truly humbled by this. And I'd like to thank Flint and all of the staff for even recognizing this. I've been around the club for a long time, and it comes around. And as I said, one of my greatest thoughts about the club was being able to expose the club to my children, who have gone through the club from little shorties to adults and have been very successful as a result. But there's one person here that I really want to acknowledge, and as far as my volunteer service with the club, and that's one of my special guests here today, Mr. Craig Smith. Craig, stand up. And I mentioned Craig specifically because one day I met Craig, brought our kids out to play ball, and his kid was playing, my kids were playing. And he said, you want to come out and help? I'm like, man, I don't want to mess with these kids and no baseball. But he said, come on, come help me coach. So it started something. And we've been together as friends, as coaches, ever since that day. And one of the greatest days of my life was meeting that man and some of the things that he taught me about being around and teaching and helping kids. Because patience is not a virtue that I have, especially with kids, you know. But it's a generational thing. Like I say, his kids played, my kids played. Hopefully their kids will be at Herbert Hoover playing. And with Father's Day coming up, you know, men just don't get recognition, you know, for the things that we do, you know. And that's a man that brought me out, you know, and helped me do some things that hopefully allow me to contribute some of my knowledge and wisdom to some kids. And I don't care how old you get, my man really remind me of Miss Cuffy. Oh man, she, ooh, Man, you go on a field trip with Miss Cuffy, you didn't have to worry about your mama. All you had to worry about was Miss Cuffy, you know? So that really brought me back. But Miss Cuffy, yeah. But one thing that blows me away, and we say this with respect, and respect is given and received. We always refer to Mr. Pearson, Mr. Armstrong, Mr. Woods. There's Mr. Woods, Mr. Pearson, and Mr. Armstrong. And then when you see grown men that you see down the road that you've coached baseball or touched at some point, and they still calling you Mr. Davis or Coach Davis, you know, it's like, wow, you know, we must have did something right, you know. So with that said, let me shut up so we can get out of here because it's almost tip-off time.